Hey, what's up guys? Today is silvercardgames. Today, I'm gonna make the adamanipator fossil deck, and I know I'm really late with the Sacred Beast test hand video. I said that in my deck profile. Forgive me on that, guys. A lot of things came up, and I gotta do some other things. But today I'm gonna make this adamanipator fossil deck, and tomorrow I'm gonna do the test hand for it for Sacred Beast deck profile. So forgive me on that, guys. But today is gonna be the adamanipator fossil deck, and the title of the video you see, yes, I'm not playing resourcer for 3 reasons. The first reason is that card could get banned on one of the cards I used for the combo. I forgot what the combo was. Get banned and now I couldn't compare resources. I might go down in price. I don't know. I think I saw one combo of it. By the way, on the combo. Two, it's really expensive for a $40 card, or basically close to $41 or $47 card. And then you add it up, that's probably close to 200. And then three, this deck you want to special a lot of cards and do a lot of combos, but it get hits more faster than any deck with no video video. But you could outplay it. But I feel like for this budget player, especially I try to make a budget deck of this version. I have the money to get resources, and yeah, I would totally get out too. But for the budget version, you don't need to play resources, so you can just play this deck, and because you play the foster cards, and you want if you really don't want to play the foster cards, you can play something else with it and but really yeah. But I'm gonna show you the deck profile, guys, for the adamanipator foster deck. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe so I can make more content for you guys and more other things, and then we can talk about other things where you guys want to talk about. It could be anime, Yu-Gi-Oh, video games, or any topic about the stuff I like to do in video, or stuff that you would like to do that I might get interested in it. But onto the deck profile. We play 3 Seiko and 3 Analyzer. They basically have the same effects for the first one. Or not the first one, I mean the second one, that you were top of the 5 cards, and there was a non-level 4 tuner monster, or non-level 4 tuner monster, you special summon it. So it can't be a tuner, it has to be a non-level 4 tuner. And then Seiko, you can special summon if you have an adamanipator card you control. And the Analyzer is, if your opponent control a monster, you could special summon him every day. And the resources, if you control walk, you special summon her too. And really, yeah. And then the next 3 card we play is the 3 crystals. Some people, I think people play 3 of this, and then I think 2 of this, or one of this. I'm not for sure. But each one has its own effect. So you lose if it got lost by adamanipator, so any of these cards or like any other cards for adamanipator, this one draws. This one adds a adamanipator card to your deck or grave to your hand, I believe. So if you guys could see that. Yeah, add from hand or grave top of the deck. This adds to top of the deck, and this one adds top. Oh, this adds at top of the deck too. Okay, so both of these add top of the deck. This one draws. It's kind of strange, but I got to reading that again later on. But these are 3 we play. That's all the adamanipator card we play, and then for the foster cards, we play 2 other Sojo. Basically, what this one does, he adds foster vision or foster vision attacks when he's sent to the graveyard or destroyed by battle. Or it gets destroyed by battle or by a card effect and really yet. So it will activate. So you can send Foolish Burial, Miracle, or you lose XCs, so you lose XCs. I think you lose XCs to take this material out, or it just get destroyed by battle and really yet. But you only lose in the center graveyard. You don't never gonna summon him unless you want to link summon him, but most likely if you link summon him then you have a bad hand. Usually you want to have bad hand with this. The next 3 cards we play is Quaking Mirror. Basically, his force effect is he could get destroyed by battle by the end phase as long as you send a Quaking Mirror from the graveyard over a rock monster. And then his third effect or second effect, quick effect, you contribute this card negates the effect of any. What basically you contribute this card and negates the effect, and if you do, destroy that monster. So it's just a monster effect from the video and really it. And then some of these cards I don't know because I'm still getting used to these cards, so I might stutter a little bit. I might be like not know too much about it, but I'll try to read the card effects. But I'm trying to get it along this deck. But this deck's not that bad. Just this is one of those decks that everybody's plays. So it's one of those. I'm not gonna say toxic decks. It's one of those top 2 decks. It's one of those hype decks. Let's put it that way. I'm sorry about the camera angle. Thinking about that, guys. But really, yeah. Play 3 Doki Doki. basically you discard a card and special summon that card for the same attribute, I believe. Yeah, the same attribute from face up attack position or face down position. You can lose effect of Doki Doki once per turn. If I did that wrong, let me know in the comments below. Kind of new to this, but that's his effect. And then the other two cards we play is Sentinel Soldier of Stone. I think this came out in the movie. I think this came out in the movie. I'm not for sure. I know how a card looks like that in the Yu Yu Dark Dimension. But basically, when he's in the graveyard, if you have one monster if you're a middle one, you can special summon him from the grave to the field, and then that you can make a link 2 from that. And really, yeah. Then we played 2 Block Dragon, which is the card is probably gonna get banned because it's really broken. You could vanish any old fan graveyard, and when it gets short, you could add 3 rock monsters from your deck. You could add up top to 3 rock monsters from the deck equal to this level. So you gotta make sure it's equal to the level to add it, which is not that bad. It's really broken. This card's gonna get banned soon, so really, yeah. We wait and see what happens. Then we'll play 2 Gigantus. Basically, you gotta banish an old monster from the graveyard, and if this card gets destroyed by battle, I believe. Yeah, if this card is destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, destroy all spell traps. This is another card. This is like the budget card. I know a lot of people like in the remote duel. I think it was today or yesterday. I know it was yesterday, and the other day after that. One dude was playing a different version of this. Not a lot of people play this card, but you get a space to play the card. But some people play the other card. I forget the name of that card. It was in the remote duel tournament when Sam was fighting that dude, Takoro, I believe, who was playing adamanipator, but full adamanipator, but really yet. And the next card we play is 2 effect players, which basically is a budget version of Ash. If you Ash and you put Ash, then you have more space, you add effect player really yet. And then next, for the new cards, 2 Foster Fusion. Basically with Foster Fusion, I'm gonna put it near the camera so you guys can see it. Fusion summon a Foster Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing Fusion monster listing on this from it from any graveyard except from the materials with a specific sorry, stutter. Forgive me, guys. Specific graveyard requirement listed. So basically, you have to have a requirement like a level 4 or level higher, level 6, 5, or level 7 or higher, and a rock monster. Ready yet? If you banish monster from both graveyard, neither player can target that special summon monster with monster effects. That's not bad. That's really good. And if a face-up Foster Fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle, you could, or by card effect, while this card is in the graveyard, you can add this card from your graveyard. So you only need to play 2 because you can add it from graveyard if Foster Fusion monster get destroyed. And then when you lose both from graveyard, it can be targeted with, yeah, Neo player can target this special summon monster with monster effects, which is not that bad. So that's really good. It's hard to bestow it too because I was trying to read it and then sometimes the read rolls I go too fast and I read too fast, so forgive me on that, guys. So I'm trying to go slow as possible. Our next 2 cards we play two time stream. Forgive me. And this card effect is I kind of do this card too. I kind of do the foster cards that adamanipator basically the whole deck. Target 1 Foster Fusion monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, special summon 1 Foster Fusion monster from your extra deck with original level as 2 higher. Ugh, my voice just dropped right there. I don't know what happened. What the fuck? Forgive me that, guys. 2 higher than that monster. This is treated as a Foster Fusion. Fusion summon with Foster Fusion. During your main phase, except this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card and banish 1 Foster Fusion from your graveyard. Then target 1 Foster monster in your graveyard special summon. This card's not bad. You only need to play 2. And then sorry for the background, guys. You might hear that for quite a while. And then what was I gonna say? You're gonna play 2 because basically you always gonna summon the level 4, then level 6, and unless you summon the level 6 earlier, then you can summon level 8. And if you summon level 8, most likely you win the game. It depends which one you have, and really yet. But this is not bad. You only need to play 2, and really yet. And then we have 2 Mirror Corruption. Basically, send a level 4 rock. Ugh. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Send a level 4 rock monster from your deck to the graves, and then one Foster Fusion, and then if a Foster Fusion card is in your grave, you draw a card. So basically, you send one level 4 lower rock monster from your deck to the grave. Then if a Foster Fusion in your graveyard, you draw a card. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Basically, call it send. I know people play this in a regular adamanipator deck only because you can send a rock in the grave, and you can just do a combo for that. Which, it's easier to play because of rock, and then you can lose false. I mean, you can lose foolish barrier, but that's only one. Already yet. Next, we play 3 signs and 3 adamanipator friends. Basically, a sign. You could target one walk monster to your special summon defense position, and then if you do special summon a adamanipator monster by this effect, you could take one level 4 low rock monster from your deck and place it to the top of the deck. So basically, you can special summon any rock monster, kind of monster reborn, but that wants to put on. And the second effect is if you target an adamanipator deck, you can add a rock monster. Yeah, add a rock monster. You can take a level 4 lower rock monster from your deck and place it on top of the deck, which is not bad. And then this is kind of like those good cards you play at 3. I would play this at 3. Then we play Friends. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Friends, you should not play it in you should play this in a pure adamanipator deck or like fossils or like something else, because Friends not good to those heavy. If you try to make a heavy combo adamanipator deck, don't lose this card. You only lose this for a fossil deck, like the fossil cards, because you play a lot of rock monster, or a pure adamanipator deck, and really yet. Basically, what this card does, I'll read to you guys, and I try to explain the best of my ability. If you feel like I didn't explain it well, please let me know in the comments, and same thing with this video too, and really yet. Execute top of your deck equal to the number of rock monsters you control plus 5. If you do, you can add to your hand one execute monster with the level equal or to lower the monster number of execute cards. Also, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order for the rest of the turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon a monster except rocks. Oh, I need to drink water. Basically, what this card does. So you gotta make sure you have any rock monster you grave. So you just say, for example, you have a 6 and 4. So that adds close to, I believe, 9. Because it's 7, 8, 9. No, 10. My mistake, because 6 plus 4 equals 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. Sorry. I'm not good at math. Not good at basic math. So you got anything equal to 10 or lower to 10. And you draw the top 5, and if it's equal to that or lower than that, you can add it. Really, yeah. But you had nothing in your field, then you can activate this card. And the downside of this card too is you're going to summon rocks, which in the action deck we have a lot of rocks. But you want something in other link monster, you do that combo falls, then you activate this card. But usually, not a lot of people play this card because you only lose this for a pure adamanipator deck or a fossil adamanipator deck, and really yet. Which is why I pick up this deck, because you could play fossil more easy with this card, and really yet. So this is the reason why I like this card, and sometimes it does not help me, but most of the time, if I have a very combo rating feel or a decent feel, and I activate this card, then most likely it's gonna be game. Well, it probably be game in that case, and really yet. And next we play 3 Call by the Grave. Like I told you guys in my previous video, I always play 2 Call by the Grave. But if I have the space for it, yeah, I'm gonna play 3. And it's really good to have 3, and then you can just negate the hand traps. And really it. Next, for the extra deck, we'll play the 1 Fossil Skull Keen. And I'm gonna explain this card what it does. By each order, I'm gonna explain each one of them because I'm kind of new to it too. Like some of them I get it, but some of them are like, yeah, but it's basic effects. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm gonna read to you guys. You need 1 walk monster and 1 level 7 higher monster for the fusion requirement. And the effect is must be special summoned with a fossil fusion. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to the monster basically. I don't know why I said piece of damage and then it said monster. I kind of got stopped for a second. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you could target one monster and your opponent's graveyard, discard one card, and if you do, special summon that monster to your field. You're gonna lose the effect of Foster Warrior Skull King once per turn. That's not bad. Sorry about that. The camera kind of messed this up. That's not bad because basically you could attack two cards. You could attack two times in a row in the battle, and you could attack one of your cards your opponent controls. So let's say if your opponent has one of those, I know it's a good monster for example. And I'm gonna say Edge. Um, let's use the Sacred Beast for example. Let's say they have Uriah, or Hammer, or Variel in the graveyard and you special summon. I think no, but they can't lose that effect because they can't be special summon. What's a good monster people play this day? Let's say they have Bow So Savage Dragon, right? Say that for example, and you target that and you put it in the field, and then you target a League Monster graveyard, then you could have basically 3 negates or 2 negates for an army in the game already. Yeah. So that's actually not that bad and it's really, really broken to lose. So what you think of summon this much? You're gonna summon this baby. This card called Foster Dragons Scarios. I don't know how to say this right. I know you guys can see it too. That's the card's name, and then I think you guys can see the effect, the text. Let me know if you can't in the comments below. You need one rock monster and a level 7 higher monster in your opponent's graveyard. So this one you had to lose your opponent's graveyard. I mean, like if you do with some cards it says you have to lose your opponent's graveyard and you have to lose it. Like for this one you don't have to. You can lose your own grave. You can lose your own grave and your opponent's if you want to. But this one you have to lose your opponent's. Must be special summoned with Foster Fusion. Before the damage calculation, if this card battles a opponent monster, you can switch the corner attack and defense that cause battle and your opponent that monster. You can switch the fuck. I kind of got confused right there because it's hard to me to read it and then show it to you guys. So I know you can switch the attack, the corner attack to defense that your opponent monster until the end of the damage step. If this card attacks the defense position monster, if it piece of damage, if this is Foster Summoning card battles a opponent monster, any battle damage, inflict double the damage. Inflict your to your opponent double the damage. I don't know how I stutter right there. It's just fucking hard to read to just show it to you guys and then just try and read it like a bad angle, like cause I'm not in the center, like I'm kind of like next to the camera. But I already know what this card does. Basically, when you could switch attack. So let's say, for example, this card is at 26. You could switch it at 26 defense and 11,010, which I don't know what that's so confusing. I feel like it could just say like that. It could be the opposite way, but it's the opposite way, so it's not that's not a good effect unless it has low attack, and then you have more defense, and yeah, that could help you. But most likely you're not gonna see a lot of that. And then his second effect is during the damage step, you could do double damage. When you could do piece of damage and do double the damage from that too, which is not bad. So it's technically like if that card has 0 defense, this card could make up to, because 35, and then you do double that, it'd be 73 I believe, or a little bit more than 73, around 70 something, and then lose you that'd be game. If you have another Foster card in there, another Foster Fusion in the field, or another card in the field. Ain't ready yet. So this card you're gonna summon more often than Skull King. If you can't summon this, you can summon Skull King. But this is the card you want to summon to end games. If you guys don't understand it, I know there's some other YouTubers explain this card more better than I do, but that's the basis, the show summary of it. The next card we'll play is Foster Warrior Scar Knight. This is the expensive one. This is a $12 card, which I know why. I can understand why, which I'm gonna explain to you guys right now. A rock monster, a level 5 or 6 monster from the graveyard. Doesn't matter. Must be special with Foster Fusion. If this card is attack, defense precision monster, affect piece of damage, which all of them does basically. And when this card destroy a monster by battle, you can activate this effect. When this card makes a second attack in a row, you could banish this card. What the fuck? I might read this wrong. I know this card can make 2 attacks. When you destroy a monster, you could make another attack. So let me read this really fast to you guys. I'm so sorry about that. It's just so hard to do like this and try and read it at the same time, like, Okay, I read the text wrong. Forgive me that. So when this card is destroy a opponent's monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack in the roll. And it's how to roll. I'm blind swag. And then his graveyard effect. You could vanish this card from your graveyard and target one monster on the field, destroy it, and you can lose the effect of Fossil Wave Skull Knight once per turn. So basically it does piece of damage. And destroy one monster, you can destroy the second monster. Except 24 is not bad. And then really it. So this card's not bad. These are the 2 better cards. This is like okay, but these are 2 good cards. Some people play 2 of this, one can play 1. But I might play 2 because I have 2 strength streams. So let's say I had 2 level 4s. So say the first one dies, I have a second one of this guy, so I can make another combo with that. Most likely you probably won't need it because you probably will win the game or you probably lose the game already. Yeah. But yeah, the next card we play is the Fossil Dragon Scargios, the other version of it. You need a rock monster, a level 4 lower monster in your opponent's graveyard. I guess the Scar version you have to use your opponent's graveyard. Must be special with Fossil Fusion. If this card is attacked a defensive position monster with a piece of damage, then piece of damage is basically it. And in the graveyard effect, you can vanish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Fossil Fusion from your deck to your hand. You can use this effect of Fossil Dragon Scarlet once per turn. Ready yet? And then bonus is the same thing as this guy. I think he can attack 2 times. I'm not for sure. You can lose a rock monster level 4. Must be special summon with Fossil Fusion. This card can make up to 2 attacks on a monster during each battle phase. You could banish this card from your graveyard and add time stream from your deck to your hand, and you can lose this effect once per turn. So the good ones are Scardios, Warrior Skull Knight, and then any of these 2. And this is not bad, but you want some of this to end games. Unless your opponent has good monsters or you have a lot of cards in your field, you bring him out and take those monsters away from the graveyard before they bring it back and ready yet. Next, and that's all the Fossil Fusion monster. And next we play the 3 Secret monster. This one adds, when you reveal the top 5 cards, you could add an adamanipator. This one could special summon a rock from your deck to the field. And this one adamanipator walks. Sorry about that. You might hear that a lot in the background. And then I would try to fix that. Well, not trying to fix that. I would try and make sure a day you won't hear nothing in the background. So sorry about that, guys. But back to the video. This one, you reveal a lot of rock monsters. You could pop them in your spell traps. And then his other effect is we have the crystals. This one negates spells traps. This one, I believe, let me check. You can target 1 rock monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card. You're going to use the effect of adamanipator rise once per turn. And then the rap type. You can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard and vanish it. You're going to lose the effect. Okay, basic vanish, special summon, and then pop spells and traps. Ready, yeah. That's all of them right there. And this video might be really long because I stuttered a little bit and I messed up some rolls. So forgive me about that, guys. We're playing the rock, the gaze rock. You add this is XC level 4. You just catch 1 material, add the rock, and the other one is special summon 1 rock from your hand in the face down position. Ready yet? And the links, we'll play 2 of this. This is just random. 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 Unicorn, and 1 Bolster Dragon. And these are just add rocks. We might take this out to add like the other Skull Knight and then maybe Crystal Firebacks, but I don't really want to play that card. So we just gotta wait and see. I know you guys want to see side deck, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna make a video fast because I'm starting the video real long. We're playing 3 lands, 2 Nibiru, 1 Gaimacio. That's for the monster we play. 2 Spectrum Bows. I can play this card later on in the end of the video. 2 twin sisters, 1 scapegoat, 2 super pies, and then super pie target. So we just want to play scapegoat because we had nothing in our hand. If we have another go, if we might take out Nabil to add 2 ghost ogre for the new Baron players. But we just gotta wait to see what happens. And then these 2 cards would be whether we boot the one of the traps, forgetting the trap, and then this would be Dark River no more. And this card, what it does, I'm gonna read to you guys right now. So let me read to you guys. Reveal 1 Foster Fusion in your hand. Send a monster from your hand to the graveyard. If you do, drag a type and a level, then your opponent looks in the hand and deck and send 1 monster with the direct type and level from the to the graveyard. If possible, you can use effect once per zone. Basically, it's kind of like a prohibition, and then wait out for dragoons, the red eyes dragoon. Because let's say, for example, you have to just call reveal Foster Fusion in your opponent, and you just type a level 7 and spellcaster. They had to say it from hand or deck, and then they can't really lose dragoon. They can't lose dark position. Well, they could lose it, but they had to probably lose red eyes fusion from hand and do it from. I don't know. Red eyes fusion you can lose from graveyard effect. I know you guys send it from the deck, but I don't know you can lose it from the deck to grave too. Gotta look into that. But that's a way of Alpha Dragoons. So that's why I play this card. Because it's not a bad card. Really is. But that's the end of the video for the Adamanipator Foster deck. I know it kind of sound a little bit longer, and I stuttered a little bit, and then sometimes I stop and you hear a lot of stuff in the background. Forgive me, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. Just try to make sure that you don't hear as much noise as possible. If you really didn't like understand the video, please let me know in the comments down below so I can make another video of it, and I can make sure it's peace and quiet, and then I can make a whole video and you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. But tomorrow I'm gonna do the test hand for Sega Beast. I know that, I promise you guys I will, so you guys can see it. And then with the Adamanipator, I might do that on Tuesday or maybe tomorrow, who knows if I have the time. And then after that, really it. So thank you guys for watching my videos. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and then follow me on Twitch, and then look at my eBay account. I add some New Year cards, and I gotta add more later on too, so you guys can see more of my eBay account contact with that. And then maybe I might do Fall Guys on Twitch channel, and then something on YouTube too. But we're just gonna wait and see. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Well, basically it's 3 a.m. in the morning for me, so have a good day or good night. And really it. Peace.